Hello and welcome to my video for my VDI assignment presentation. In this assignment video, I'll be going through what I've done, give a few examples, and explain some scalability that I could have used to expand this from 2 users to 10 users. I went with Parallel Client, which uses RAS, and I have set up a couple VMs here, my domain controller, my ESXi, which is the hypervisor I used, my remote host, I guess I'll call it, that is publishing applications and desktops, and my client. My client is connected to the VDI remote client through Parallel, and as we can see here, we've got some apps, so I'll just go ahead and try and open Chrome. As you can see, Chrome opens just fine. Can type and everything. I'll just close that, and then I'll go and show Firefox as well. Firefox also opens, works just fine. If I go to the apps on this virtual machine though, and I go to search for Firefox, as you can see it's not installed. If I go same thing with Chrome, you can see it's also not installed. The reason I can access those from this virtual machine through Parallel Client is because on my VDI remote host, I went to the Publishing tab and publish Google Chrome as an application and Firefox as an application so that any other virtual machine connected to this VDI can access them and use them. As for my test here, this is a VDI desktop which I set up. It is hosted from a template that is on my ESXi, which I can show here. This was the template I created. It's just a Windows 10 client, which I then went to my remote host. I went to the farm and I added as a template here, which I then set it to use this host pool that I set up. As you can see, it has only 2 hosts connected at the moment because that's what the criteria of the assignment was. There's the template selected provisioning. Its maximum host is 10. None of these other tabs really have any options right now. If I go over to the hosts, you can see there's currently two hosts. One is in use, connected to my administrator on my other client. You can see its IP there. The other one also has an IP. It's just not in use right now. But if I wished, I could create up to 10 more hosts at will, and they could all build off of this VDI client template, and all of this, assuming the ESXi has enough storage space, would create more virtual desktops for the company or business I could be hosting. As we can see, I made a remote session there with my domain, and a little issue I ran into when I was trying to set this up, I could get the desktop to show up in the client, but when I was trying to actually access it, I could not. It kept telling me username and credentials are incorrect. It took me quite a while to troubleshoot that. I thought it would have been something I set up when I originally made my parallel client or something to do with my remote sessions. It turned out it was in the connections tab. I had this general authentication set to all trusted domains instead of my specific AD domain. I guess it turned out all trusted domains, mine was not a part of that. So that caused a little bit of a delay in finishing this. It was good troubleshooting though. I definitely learned this interface quite a bit more. As for other things, my provider, I had to set the ESXi VM as the VM that's providing the V. And there's the template, there's the hosts again. VDI host. No sessions at the moment in that because that's the ESXi that it's looking at. Actually, yeah. Scalability. it can support growth as long as it has all of the storage space to create more virtual desktops, security measures implemented in the VDI design. You need to be a member of my domain, as I showed down in the connections, to actually access it. To be able to log in at all, you need to be part of my AD domain. Yeah, besides that, key features, well, you can share as many applications as you want. Like if I wanted to add even more applications, I could just go here very easily and just select if I wanted to add any of these multiple or what have you. It was very easy to figure this out. Um, I'll do a little demonstration, I guess. If I go down to publishing, I'll remove Google Chrome from this and apply the changes. If I refresh over here, you'll see Chrome is no longer a shared app. If I go publish applications, Google Chrome, enabled, yep. So as you can see, if I go down to publishing again, Google Chrome's back. If I apply those changes and go refresh my VDI client, it's that easy to actually add new applications if you need them on your remote clients. If you're managing a business and have multiple VMs going, multiple virtual desktops, very easy to add or remove used or unused applications. As for other troubleshooting, I had quite a few issues initially setting up um, my provider. I didn't realize at the time when I added it to the domain, um, it it gained a new IP, I guess, because somewhere along the way I had enabled DHCP on my LAN network because it was required for the VDI hosts to actually acquire IPs because they can't just be set as static. They have to be always available to change. So that changed a few of my IPs around and lost me connection a few times, but ended up figuring that out and resetting everything. Other than that, it didn't go that bad. It was a pretty straightforward assignment. Um, yeah, thank you for your time.